Greetings, pathetic humans. Ha 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 ha. And welcome to the grand finale of the Spooktacular Season 4. Yay!
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Wild and Weird Radio Live.
Well, someone said we didn't have enough UFOs and aliens, so I had to, I had to rectify that situation because we listen to you guys out there, right?
We do. Shane says excited for it to start. It's highlight of my Thursday.
It is
Deuster,
ours,
hello,
too.
Wild and Weird ones. Well, hello, Deuster.
Hello, hello, all you wild and weirdos and weirdettes out there.
We got Adam Good. Come on, open up the doors. And then Deuster was out filming for a Bell Witch project with Highway History. Very
That's
interesting.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey,
says
Dewey,
about
are we going to get to see some more, should I say, unannounced Bell Witch information, data coming out here soon?
That'd be cool.
Yes, it would be.
So he said we had audio difficulties inside the cemetery, and after he heard 4 whoops from across the field after he knocked on a dead tree.
Oh, yeah, see it? There you go.
Right.
So the answer is yes. Cool.
Jimbo's in the house. What's going on,
Jimmy?
Appalachia?
Hey, let's just for a second. Spooky. It was only like a few hundred away from the goal.
He is.
Yeah. So you guys have really stepped up and helped a lot with Spooky Appalachia. Please continue to keep doing so. And let's get our boy up there.
Fish Belly, what's going on? We got Larry Hoses here on time.
Hey, Larry.
We got, oh my goodness, Ada Cox.
Ada.
What's going on, Ada? Tommy's in the house.
Tommy.
Lisa Beard.
Lisa.
And that looks like that rounds
for now. Okay.
For now.
All right. So every one of you guys hit that share button and get it out there to at least another couple of your friends. And, and con them into coming over and tell them, to like and all that fun stuff too. So this is how we do what we do. And let's roll the introductory credits, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
So this show is brought to you by your super chatters. We've got Adam Good, Theresa's Haunted History of the Tri-State, Dewey Edwards, Spooky Appalachia, Larry Hose, Guitarchains Craig, Travis Aurednik, Geoffrey Steele, Russ Bailey, Chris Coots, Ada Cox, Nancy White, Scott Holbrook, BigfootLittlefoot, Tommy Swiger, and Terri Summerfield. This list keeps growing week by week.
Yes, it does. And these are people who make it absolutely possible to do these things because the software ain't cheap and all the other little
we were just talking about that.
So and you guys are making that happen and bless you all. Seriously, I'm not just saying that, but thank you guys very much. So we have a really cool show. And as always, we're going to plug tomorrow night's show just for a second because it kind of bleeds over into this one, but only in a little bit. And it's only going to bleed a little bit into it because we've got other stuff we'll be talking about tonight. But tomorrow night's show is a killer. It's literally an awesome show. It's about it's a revisit, right, Joe?
Yes. It is revisiting a very, very interesting topic from season 1, which was the shadow beings.
And man, that was a very disturbing. Is that the word I want to use? Disturbing? Yeah. Let's use disturbing. A very disturbing subject back in the day, because some of these stories we're getting were just they sounded weird, right? Because we're talking about hat people and things like that, and you're like, well, surely this is not real. It just cannot be anything like that. Yet there was good evidence to support that it absolutely could be real. And we had people who were actually coming in and verifying that for us.
Yeah, we had multiple accounts that we read off on the show. You have to tune in to listen to those tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to that.
There were then, personal encounters shared as well.
Yeah, it was just an absolutely awesome. It's going to be an absolutely awesome show. It was one of the most fun ones we've done for a very long time, just to record, and it is I think it's just full of information, man. I mean, I think it's really information heavy, and you get to see what we thinking toward the end. If this is if it's plausible or not, and you're going to be surprised. I think some of you will, some of you won't be, of course. But yeah, so last night we had a pretty cool little thing. We went to the or I went to. You could not go. What were you doing? What'd you say you had to do?
Oh, I've been working on a massive catering we have this weekend.
Yeah. You like a bunch of what'd you say?
Potatoes.
Sandwiches. Was it salad or sandwiches?
No, potatoes.
Oh, it was potatoes. You were doing potatoes.
Yeah, I was peeling a ton of potatoes and getting those soaking in water, getting the starch off them.
That is absolutely crazy. That yeah, that's nuts.
Yep.
So what I had did, and Brandon missed. Shame on you, Brandon. Because I could have used you last night. I could use both of you last night. You both failed me miserably last night. I just want to let you know. Okay. No. We had 3 teams that we had to break off into. And we did a amazing game that Tony had conjured up as a trivia game. And the way that he did it was just absolutely spectacular. The questions were unbelievable. I'm talking Jeopardy hard for us anyway, not for the other team who won. But for us, they were up there. And I stumbled on one and I cost us a point, but one I absolutely didn't know. But one I totally stumbled and cost us a point. But I could have used you guys because they were hard questions. They were legitimately hard questions. And going up against Theresa's team, it was tough. It was like a Pokemon battle, man. I'm not kidding you. It was tough. My team's like, I mean, Maria got a couple questions right, and what's her name? I can't remember the other girl. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name at all. One they call her the redhead. She got Adam, shut up. So we had a little press conference last night too. We revealed our own version of the mummy, the ancient alien mummy there. Actually posted up. There's a little video they put over there, but I put a little video up. You guys can watch me actually make that. You can make your own. They're actually really fun. Look, here they are. Look at them gloating. Look at them gloating. Do you see them gloating? That's not sportsmanship. That's great. That's not good at all. But yeah, so there he is. There's a good shot of him. And that's a giant cookie. There's some milk back there.
It's like Marlon Brando approved.
Marlon approves of it. So, and by the way, yes, it was good. It was a very good little treat. So anyway, that's what we did, and it was a lot of fun.
Tom says, I'll deal with apparitions, but shadow people just staring at you is messed up.
Dude, it is. It really is. And, because we're going to be, like I said, tonight, we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. You guys throw your stuff in. This is the final. I can't believe we went through this many, but this is the final live version of the Spooktacular season 4. And tonight, we're going to sit it out in style. And I want to hear all your stories. So please drop them in. If you want to come on the show, that's doable too. I know I'm going to have Adam on at some point to tell you guys a really weird one. And we're going to do a product reveal later on tonight too. A new thing that you'll be coming to CryptidCon with us. Ooh. So yeah, so definitely. So if you guys got questions, if you got accounts, let's hear them. Till then, guys. Shadow things, ghosts, extra dimensionals, wraiths, banshees.
What are these things, right?
Yeah.
We're dealing with something that's been seen throughout history. Literally, seemingly as long as humans have been documenting stuff, there have been mentions of these entities that lurk in the shadows. What are they? Where do they come from? Why are they here? We've got a lot of questions and very, very few ways to find any kind of answers, right?
We've got a lot of theories.
Lots of theories, though. Everybody's got theories.
good theories, bad theories, dark theories, light theories. They're theories, but we don't really know what is, what is up with that. Like we said, ghost is just a word that covers a lot of stuff, I mean, it covers a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that not necessarily what you think it is. Like we said before, that may not be your great grandmother's ghost that's up in the attic, That could be something else completely.
Yeah, it could be something that is here, something that exists here alongside of us, something that is other, something that could be coming through from another dimension.
Yep. It's very
You're saying
true.
it's not a demon?
Very highly likely that it is not. And I repeat, it is not a demon.
Probably not.
Tommy says, what do you think they are? My first experience was the other day and I felt like I walked into a spider web. I don't believe that all shadow people are 100% sleep paralysis cases. Got to be more to it. Yeah,
Oh, Shane. Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes. You're definitely going to want to tune in for tomorrow as we talk a little bit about some of that sleep paralysis and other crazy explanations that they give for shadow people, right, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Especially the Hat Man.
The Hat Man is the hat trick, so to speak.
Yeah, right.
It's a very, very strange phenomena. And
It really
I remember you guys should go back and listen to that. It's in season 1.
Episode 13, right?
It might be. Yes,
12 or 13?
12 or 13.
Yeah, it was pretty early on.
Theresa sent in a really good account for us to read.
Okay.
Oh.
For that episode. Like it was.
Oh, yes, she did. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you guys need to go check that out.
That's right.
Further proof that Theresa has been listening to Wildwood Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Too long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She is a, one of the original OG right there.
Says mom is watching this as well. Mom wants Joe to read off what I said about peeling his no.
Guys.
No, I left it off the wall for a reason.
Shane.
Shane says, I watched a movie about shadow people. I slept with the lights on for a week. I don't think they care about the lights.
I don't really think they do. That's great.
When I've seen them has been when the lights are on. They seem to be something that's just devoid of light.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can see them without a light, honestly. Yeah. I think that's what you just said. It's an avoid of light,
So if they're in the dark, you're not going to see them anyway.
Right. I mean, the dark is a perfect place to hide. How many of you guys have had shadow type experiences, like wake up at night and, you're looking at the ceiling and you see like things moving around or something like that? Anybody like in your room, anything like that? No, just me. Okay, cool. Well, no.
Yep. Just you, man. Oh, here we go. Men in Black, seeing shadow people, huh?
Oh, boy.
We talk about that.
There.
We talk about that too. We talk about the Men in Black connection a little bit tomorrow as well.
Shane says I'm scared of the dark anyway.
I'm not really scared of the dark at all, but I'm fascinated by it. I'm very fascinated by it. I think one of the cooler things you can do is go out there at dusk, and just sit as the sun is going down and be there.
So what do you guys think is going on with this phenomenon? I know we shared some of it last night. We don't want to completely spill the beans, but what do you think maybe triggers this? Do you think some kind of an experience occurs and it opens you up to it? Or do you think that they just show up kind of
I can go with both on that, bud. I can go with both, honestly. I think there's evidence that points to both, but I think you got to be open to it,
Yeah.
I think there's definitely, you've got to be open to accepting that this is something you can perceive or see or, experience, or you're just not going to. And, how many times have you heard that before? People go out and they look for these things, ghosts, whatever. They're out there and I didn't see anything at all. I looked all night. I couldn't find anything. I don't believe in this stuff. Well, first of all, you don't believe in anything. So you've already closed yourself off to it. Mm-hmm. You've got to have an open mind. And you've got to go in curiously, got to have a little bit of curiosity, because if you're already convincing yourself that you're not going to see anything, manifestation, my friend, it works always. And that's one of the ways that it can work. Oh, okay. I don't see you. Click. Because when you were a kid, guess what? You probably could. No one told you you couldn't.
Right.
Right?
And when you're a kid, every time you tell your parents you're seeing shadows in your bedroom, they're like, "Oh, that's just a pile of clothes. That's just your dresser reflecting off the light and making a shadow."
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the little man who used to dance in front of the car as you're driving down the road. People have seen that. Yeah, that's a phenomenon, by the way, now. It's becoming a phenomenon. And
Yeah, have you heard the one where people see a man running beside their car while they're going down the highway?
It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, I played that when I was little.
It's the same thing. We all did. We talked about that before. We actually talked about that on one of the early episodes. It might have been the shadow episode.
I think it might have been that episode. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that's a thing. I mean, a lot of people have reported they have seen, the person running by the car or the thing in front of the car. My thing was, it was something in front of the car and it was dancing around,
Joe, you made Mom sad. Sorry, bud.
I don't believe that. I believe we made Adam sad.
You're right. I was chilling watching TV. Around the corner of my eye, seen a head on the other side of my bar. It dashed left when I looked right at it, and then took off to the right and disappeared. Yeah.
That sounds about right, though. I mean, what you just described was almost exactly right.
Lisa says, I love people with closed minds constantly getting adjusted by persistent entities.
Don't you, Lisa? Lisa had an amazing image that's over on the group of a shadow type entity or something. It's also in the video. You can watch it there too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I watermarked it for her. So don't, you can't steal it.
Scott says, in a previous house we owned, the original owner committed suicide, and every morning before I would shave, before going to work around 5:30 in the morning, I would see a shadow person walk by the door.
Huh. See, that's like you, Brandon. Someone else grew up in a murder house.
What about the 6-foot tall shadow that runs up to your car like it wants in?
Haven't seen that one.
That's when we tell you no, Men in Black. We lock the doors.
I don't know. That could come with an application. I don't know.
Larry Ho says, I have frequent sightings of one that stands on the side of the road.
Oh.
See, there you go.
Oh my, that happened to me. Shadow being running beside my truck. It scared me.
Yep. I mean, it's real. Like people are seeing these things. Okay, so outside of the shadow realm, what about just phantoms, ghosts, the whole thing? Could this all just be another misinterpretation or just an interpretation of old legends? Do you think that could be what we're looking at? Like,
well, for it to be a misinterpretation of old legends, you would have to know said legend,
right?
You know what I mean? You couldn't take a kid.
That's a good point.
That had no idea about said legends and them experience something that has been experienced over multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Well, most kids report something, like I said, a little different, right? So it's like something that they've seen. It's a superhero. It's a clown. It's a lady in white, because, their mom has white dress or clothes, so it would seem like that. Unicorns, that's another thing. These are all images that are in here that they've been exposed to through TV, media, etc. So, it kind of goes with that whole, what is it? The quantum reality theory, you can't see it if you don't know it.
Yep.
That kind of thing. Like if I see it and I don't know what that is, if it doesn't fit into my reality at all, it's outside of our reality, then what do we perceive it as? Maybe just an orb? I don't know. Glowing light?
Right.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know.
Tommy Sugar says, I don't get why my house and property is so active in paranormal activity. I built it with my bare hands, assumed if I built my new house, what the paranormal wouldn't follow me. I was wrong.
Well, it could be, not just the house, but I mean, it could be
just
you.
transient energy.
Yeah, it could be you. You're just more receptive. That's it. You're more receptive of these things, possibly. And yeah, it could be the energy on, around you in the land, whatever. Every place has got history,
Sometimes we're the ones that are haunted.
You're always haunted. You have like a haunted head or something.
Larry Hose brings up a theory that we actually touch on briefly, that it could be screen images.
Could be screen images. Exactly. Yeah. 100% can be screen images. It could also be, somebody implanting those things into your head as a means of camouflage.
Yeah. Well, in some of the reports, like 2 of the ones that we read out on the radio last night, they describe something that's a bit different. One of them being Adam and Carly's report of seeing this subject that didn't look quite like a shadow being. You'll have to listen to the actual episode to get what it was.
The static thing, right?
Yeah.
Sort of. And who else has a static issue? Has the issue with static? That would be Adam. And Adam has quite a bit more to expound upon that. So if you guys want to bring him on, I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll come on and, tell us a little bit about that. So yeah, whenever, if you want to come on, Adam, just let us know and we'll pull you in and you can tell everybody about that experience.
Yeah. Facebook user. Let's see who this is real quick. Ron, go ahead and read that out.
Okay. First time I saw a shadow person was when he was trying to wake me up. I thought it was my husband till it backed into the wall and disappeared. I knew his name, ended up being the dead guy buried on the back side of our hill. Never knew the grave was there.
Oh, that's creepy.
What do you do with that
one?
That's
Sarah Ramsey, by the way.
That's awesome, Sarah. What do you do with that one? I mean, that's a traditional ghost, as we would call it, right?
Yeah, that would be. That seems to go in line with haunting, especially with having the body there on the property.
Yeah, that seems to go in with a haunting, or it goes in with perception of energy. There's that. Like perhaps she just kind of could pick up on it where no one else could.
I had a shadow person in my house in Alaska. Later, I found out we had a woman's ashes in the garage. Some random woman, like, was it in your possession or you just happened to find them, Larry?
How does that work? I want to know, Larry. I want to know.
Lisa said, I had someone tell me once that shadow figures are formed by light shining behind a visitor, but you can't see the light, kind of like looking at a person blocking.
What a great theory. I've never heard that. That's awesome.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's that is one of those ones that we touch on loosely, but there's something lurking.
It's out there. And it's here.
The Sky Daddy has bestowed a blessing upon us in the form of Adam Good, everybody.
Everyone, welcome Adam. Everyone, welcome Adam. Welcome.
Hello.
You're right, Ada. That is creepy.
Yes, we all agree that is 100% creepy. There's nothing
Even though
else.
I know you're talking about another thing, it's applicable.
Well, they both are creepy, so.
Well, it's not as creepy as the way that Joe's mom had to take the lock off
her
bedroom door.
Yeah.
For peeling his spud in the
Yeah. That's right.
Yes, I had a feeling that was still going to get read aloud once we brought you on here. So
yeah, I made sure that you couldn't cut me off yet unless you wanted to not hear. See which one's worth more,
Oh, jeez.
It's a scale.
Oh, sorry. She also told me that she had a turtle in her yard that I discussed the weather with her.
Ooh, Adam, what do you make of that?
Well, turtles are something else. It was part of the universe of Stephen King's It. That they totally left all the movies. So.
Yeah.
Sarah Ramsey said we'd actually see them going down our hallway. They would kick the motion activated light on.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So you have something with mass.
Yeah.
Those shadow beings have something with mass.
I always talk to turtles. I love turtles.
What do you think would happen if somebody just walked up and touched a shadow person?
I think that's going to get zapped into another reality.
In that case, I walk up and go touch or touch a shadow person?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they're there to take you somewhere else. Like the whole theory, the light is behind them. You're just going into that realm. They're there to guide you.
Well, that's a new terrifying thought, everyone. So
I would be down for that right now.
Yeah.
That's good. So extra dimensional tour guides.
I'll let you know on this after this weekend out of 10 on and try.
Hey, let us know if you make it back. And if you don't, make sure that you run the camera and just leave it running so somebody can find it. Okay?
Right.
That's going to be some footage, girl. That's going to be some footage. I want to see that.
We'll know
Adam,
from a week from now.
Multiple shadow figures at the armory we're investigating.
Awesome.
Nice.
Adam, you had an experience with not a shadow person, so to speak, but something you have termed the static being or static man.
Static man. I mean, it looked like a man in the silhouette, but we'll maybe go with the static person. No. But yeah, I mean, I was sitting about where I am now one Saturday morning in my youth, and I got up to leave the room, and you can see the stairwell from where I'm looking at. And I got up to go to the bathroom, and as I was going towards the staircase to take a left to go to the bathroom, I looked at the staircase, and holding the rail with its left hand coming down. And this is a new house. We're the first owners to live here and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But was a figure of a man completely made of static. And I mean, there was a clear, cutaway. I mean, it wasn't just like kind of fuzzy out from it. It was just the figure. And my parents were in the room I'm sitting in now. And I mean, there's no one else there. And just the figure of a static person coming down the stairs. And to be honest, that's where the memory kind of concludes. I mean, I remember the feet to the head, and maybe I touched the static person. And that's why I say that's where you get taken. Maybe that's where it comes from.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, the next memory that I have from that, which would have been around probably 12 to 13, was back eating breakfast with my parents. And I mean, you remember that day, that morning, that occasion, because it stands out because there was someone made of static there,
Yeah, it kind of burns into your memory at that point.
Yeah, and it was about spring to midsummer time, early summer. I remember seeing out the door the flowers of dogwoods and such like that. And I mean, everything's connected in the paranormal in my consideration.
Yeah.
And I think that
there's a glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a binding somewhere in there. Who else we got over there, Joe?
Well, Larry said that the woman, the ashes, was a customer of his mother-in-law whenever they drove a taxi, and didn't have any next of kin because her daughter was in prison for murder. The in-laws agreed to spread the ashes. Apparently they didn't.
Oh, and didn't. Wow.
Then Black Tower says, I've actually tried to touching shadow people, and they get away even out of the room you're in. And it says almost like you're not supposed to touch them. Shadow people are just psychic forms left over from the living. Some are jinn, some are created by ritually crafting your own consciousness with shadows, and over time, the individual, where's the rest of it go? Sleeping travels subconsciously through the shade. Okay. We've had we touched a few of those concepts on the actual recorded episode.
Yep.
But we just weren't comfortable like pinning it down as stringently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I seriously don't know. And
yeah, because like when it comes to some of this stuff, like And I know in the first time we touched this in episode 13, season 1, like I remember I drew the connection for the listeners for the gin.
You did,
You know,
yeah.
these things have been around forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's any of those are viable possibilities.
Oh, absolutely. And it's kind of like we're dealing with the UAP thing. Like there's multiple explanations for this, you know, unfortunately.
Lisa says, Adam, humor me. What piece of antique furniture did your mom have upstairs? Getting the feeling that he came with the furniture.
Hey.
Well, that wouldn't be so much mom as it would be dad.
Ah.
We have, bed set, bedroom set, bureau, dresser, and bed that were my dad's, but also a desk that was handmade 100% during the Depression by my great-grandfather.
Okay. Yeah.
Other furniture would have been, at the time, couch from the old house, maybe some, bureaus and dressers for my parents' room that would have been theirs that whenever they first got married.
Sure.
That is now taken a leave.
So Larry added more into the story. He said, my in-laws had to move to PA to take care of parents with dementia. They just forgot to tell us that Mary was on the shelf in the garage. Convenient.
Hey, and who was it? Black Tower had brought up something there earlier about, projections and so forth. It's very possible that some of these shadow people are actually people who are just out of body, astral travelers, out of body experiences. It could definitely happen. I mean, we don't know how you're perceiving that energy. You know what I mean? It's a perception.
Speaking of ashes, my friend just had the father of her children just recently passed away, and she just went and picked up her ex's ashes and was taking it home to the children. First thing she said when she went through the door was, "Dad's home."
Oh, wow. Wow.
So Black Tower says, I'm an occult practitioner 27 years. This is my bread and butter and working with spirits. Not all are good at all. Some are straight up malicious spirits. Oh, yeah.
We agree with that.
Yeah,
we 100% agree with that.
Tommy says, I can tell you that when I got up to see what the black mass was, I felt like a static energy and kept swiping my face at it like it was a spider web. Weirdest feeling I've ever had.
I've had that before. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I've had that feeling before too. And it's confusing when you wipe it away and there's nothing there.
Spooky's 43 hours away. It just now updated. The last time he sent it to me, I think it was earlier today.
Awesome,
he was at 199.
That's awesome, buddy. You're almost there. Everybody definitely, take some time tomorrow and go and subscribe to Spooky Appalachia and listen to Spooky Appalachia and help them get that milestone. It's really hard to get.
It is, because
the bar
every day that goes by, you get closer to another one of your videos dropping off that listening hour list.
It's hard. It's hard work.
It's tough.
You can do like I did, and if you have a computer, just let his videos play all night to help him out.
It does.
Yeah, I did that. I did that as well.
Yep, same.
Yep, I did that one too.
Yep. But that's what we do. We help each other. That's the whole point here. For you guys, you help us, so we help them. And it's not unseen. Let's put it that way.
So, in the case with some of these others, shadow figures that are being seen,
yes,
these ones that seem to be more watching rather than carrying about some kind of a
agenda,
duty, or action. Like they're not walking through a door, they're not trying to go from point A to point B. They're just there, and they're watching. And then when they notice you're watching, they dip out. What? Because it's not like those are there. There's no malicious activity. No seems to be any intent other than watching.
Again,
on
that
the surface.
That could go right into what I said. That could be, just someone who's out of body.
Yeah.
And remember, we're seeing you, and we're thinking, oh, they don't see us. They can't see me. I'm invisible. I mean, I know that I thought that a few times, and I know that I got saw a few times. So I'm pretty sure I was someone's ghost at one point, is what I'm saying. I'm fairly certain of this. So yeah,
Like,
I
did you
think that,
freak out when they saw you? Like, oh, I need to get out of the way. And
yeah, I did, because I was like, oh crap, and there's a few times when that happened when I actually snapped back, which was just automatic, and then you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't have did that. Oh, that was not good. That's not why I shouldn't have did that. That was a rule you just broke. You shouldn't have did that. And there's a little bit of guilt comes in at that point, So you don't. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. You'd have to experience it to understand it. But I'm thinking, they could have definitely seen something like that, in my, opinion.
yeah, it's strange. It very
Mhm.
well, like that. There's so many things that this phenomena could actually be related to, and
Yeah.
one of the ones that, like, for whatever reason, and you know me as well as anybody else, I'm one of the last people to come to the aliens conclusion. But this is one of those phenomena that
Mhm.
leans into that a little, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like somebody said earlier before, is like a screen image.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to see me. This is what I'm going to drop in the spot and dip out.
Yeah.
A lot of times in, abduction cases, the, if an alien spotted or gray or whatever you want to call it is spotted, they'll change to another form, such as a clown for children or something like that, like almost a Pennywise clown. And
Oh yeah, some of those clown descriptions are terrifying. I don't know why they think that is a soothing thing. That I'm not going to be more terrified of that than I would a little, 4.5 foot tall, creature with giant almond eyes. I would much rather see that than a clown. I'm just going to
well, I
state
think they're
that.
just
for you
trying to make it
guys.
so that it's a psychology of this is a nightmare
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah.
They
It's
might
not
believe.
real. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's the Oz effect, right? That kind of
Yeah.
thing, where it's so strange that it had to be a dream.
Oh, the alien changed to a clown.
Yeah, that
Okay,
doesn't
kid,
happen.
go back to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't happen.
Lisa says, guys, I'm headed to Kingsport, Duffield next week for work. I'm going to be looking for some hot spots.
That's cool.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yes,
How did the investigation go? Was it this past weekend? Black Terror says, I think what we call aliens, the ancient people called angels, demons, spirits, etc. I'd love to be able to test that theory. You would find that we agree in a lot of that if you go back and listen to some of our backlog. There's a lot of
terminology,
a lot of that kind of stuff, I think, occurred. Yeah, I mean, that's like whole episodes worth of stuff, though.
Yeah, literally, it's there's a lot of evidence that points to a misinterpreted technology, just a misinterpretation of the people in general.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you think about like the actual depiction and description of angels, there's a reason it had to say "do not be afraid." Anytime, like it, I've never been approached by another human being, and the first thing they say is like, "Don't freak out, don't be afraid."
I have, but that was because there was a spider on my shoulder.
Oh, see, when I approach people like that, I don't even alert them to what I'm doing. I'm just like, "Don't move for a second." And
yeah, I've seen you do it.
What is it?
I've seen you do that.
Yeah, because if you tell them, like, if you give them any kind of cues, they'll like, oh, and if they're arachnophobic, they'll have a meltdown. So you normally just like, hey, what's going on? Hold still. Wow.
So Joe's saying he would make a terrible angel.
Yeah, totally.
If you go with like the Old Testament, like really old descriptions of angels, like made up of 1,000 eyes, you would say, don't be afraid.
Right. 1,000 eyes, like 12 wings, hey.
Flying spaghetti monster, don't be afraid.
Right. I guess Spooky's dipping out.
I don't know.
I'll see you next time, Joe.
I will next time I see you.
Oh,
I will the next time I see you.
oh, okay. My brain's moving faster than my eyes are there. When my family and I see the lady in white, at least it seems friendly. Black floating masses to me feels evil or dooming. And
Well,
is
we
that
talked
because
about
of our
that.
perception?
We talked about that. Well, we talk about that tomorrow
Yeah, we
night,
do.
actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Black Tower says, I wonder if these things appear this way based on the collective consciousness.
You're on the right track, in my opinion.
I'm actually more worried about the white mists or clouds that those seem to be more dangerous than the black mists.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about the blue lights.
Well, I'm more concerned about the radiation from the blue lights.
That's what I'm saying. The radiation levels that emit from those blue lights are sketchy.
White mists don't like salt. So,
Yeah.
my personal experience.
Salt.
Oh,
Yeah, I've heard
Spooky said is don't be afraid. That's what he's
Don't
going
be
to say
afraid.
next time he sees me.
There you go. It's a challenge. It's going to be called the Don't Be Afraid Challenge, where you just walk up to a random stranger and say, "Fear not.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
not be afraid.
Do not
It's
be
just the
afraid."
biblical version of "We come in peace."
Yeah. Right.
Hey, you know,
Pretty
man,
much.
the terminology. It's like I said, it's all misinterpreted terminology.
It'd be kind of freaky if you walked up to someone named Mary by mistake. and
Yeah.
said,
You're right. I have a message for you.
That would not. Yeah.
Oh man. So what do you think? We had that one story we read off, and Adam, you were involved in it. It was the entity with the static around it.
Mhm.
What's your take on that? Because they'll get to listen to our takes tomorrow. What was your take on that
Yeah.
experience as it unfolded?
Not yours, Carly's. The one that,
Okay.
yeah. Did it sound similar or?
Sounded pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
From what I remember reading about it, whenever we were on there, I was saying welcome to the club or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You said welcome to the club.
Which was, so I think sounded pretty much the same to me from what I could tell.
Yeah. So has anybody else seen this kind of static being, the static, just a
And
static distortion?
This is, I think this is even something that's different from what we may even mentioned last night a little bit. I know Brandon brought it up, was the Glimmer Man.
Right.
And that's something we're going to do a whole episode on.
Yeah,
is
that's,
the
I
Glimmer
think
Man.
it's a little different, but it
Yeah.
could be a misinterpretation of that.
It could be. It very well could be.
Because, again, words, right? You're describing something that's outside your lexicon. You don't, okay, sure, glimmering, that works. It's shimmering. So
like 100
that must
years
be
ago, what would you think static was?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like a ripple in a pond in the air or something, I mean, how would you describe that, right?
Glimmering.
Looked like salt and pepper floating.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Look like when you have a bunch of crystals together.
Yes, exactly. So our question is, how many of you guys has actually witnessed anything like that? Think back, because you might be surprised. Again, it's just like the little man running beside your car. You might be surprised. A lot of us have seen these similar things, and that's just terrifying, honestly.
Now, the thing that was running beside the car for me, and this is just me, that was more of like an imaginary thing for me. Like I would place this guy out here on the rooftops in my brain.
Same.
And then
What
as
makes us do
obstacles
it?
would come, I would make them jump,
Right.
or fail.
Yes. So why?
Yeah, it wasn't something that was behaving of its own volition. It was, imagination.
So we think.
What if 2D scrollers like Mario Brothers?
That's where they came from.
Just
right. The 2D scrollers. Yeah.
Video games.
That's where they came from.
It's essentially what it was, just fast. It was like you had the super controller and you put the speed button on, and
God, that was so much fun. The Game Genie.
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking about the big. You remember that big old super controller that was like
weighed like 20 pounds?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Had the joystick and stuff.
Yes, had the joystick and the buttons and had a speed mode and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Good technology right there. So, all right. Well, you brought up something there. Hey, Larry, Hey, Larry. Hey, Larry. God, that ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Look how Scott Addy just did an exorcism.
See how do you see him get rid of that ghost? Y'all saw that, right?
That's right.
That's
That
the
is how you get rid of the
power.
shadow people.
That is the
And that-
power of the sky, Daddy.
And I am the cult leader of that religion.
Yeah, you're the creator.
Larry, thank you, my friend. Thank you,
Thank
thank
you,
you, thank
Larry.
you. Much
He
appreciated.
is the Abraham of our religion.
Black Tower says, I've seen way too many things coming up to think what others see aren't real. Large triangle spaceship, dogman, werewolf, or whatever that
Yep.
thing was, to spirits taking all kinds of forms.
Yep. Welcome to the club, as Adam would say.
Yeah.
You're not alone, and you probably found your people.
100%.
My 1-year-old started clapping when those ghosts came up. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I
Thank
actually
you,
made
Larry.
one for the shadow thing, but I was like, the shadow people can't bestow blessings, so I scrapped that. But it does show up. It shows up tomorrow in tomorrow night's episode. So be watching for the shadow thing.
Choose the form of the destroyer.
Right, Tony? Right. Yes. That was brilliant. I love it. We have so many blessing creatures now.
You know,
Black Terror
there's-
says, I don't believe many of those things belong here, and they feel like they don't either.
Yeah.
She's too focused on Paw Patrol now. Well, now I'm just disappointed.
Oh, yeah. How are you going to compete with that, though? You can't.
I know.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
My
Like,
wife just asked, who is Sky Daddy?
what?
Go back.
We have to spread the word.
Okay, so
Episode 1.
I'm sorry.
In the beginning,
the Sky Daddy. So
there was Adam.
in short, we were doing an episode on Project Bluebeam and really just ripping it to shreds. And then
No more hate mail, please.
yes, please
just
no.
go watch the episode. You might be surprised.
And Adam, out of nowhere, comes up with this Sky Daddy McConaughey, like somebody was because it was about projecting images onto the sky, right?
The book looks like it has Matthew McConaughey's face on it. I mean, it does. Like that old book, that image looks like him looking down out of the sky, out of the clouds.
So then it became the Sky Daddy.
Yeah. So Adam was like, well, why is Matthew McConaughey in the clouds? And he's like, oh, it's Sky Daddy. So by next episode, I had worked up what you had just seen.
Because when I first read it, I couldn't breathe.
It was a hit.
I lost it.
Yeah, it was a total hit. And everybody now, it's become, I mean, it was literally an overnight sensation.
Now it's a mascot.
And now it's a mascot. And now every time someone donates to our calls, they get Sky Daddied. Or now they get creatured or ghosts
they
or
get
whatever.
Space jellied,
slimed, space slime.
Bigfoot, Littlefoot, I just made it. Just got out of the woods. Were you hunting or were you squatching?
Out of the woods. What's out there? Sarah.
Have you ever scared a ghost instead of them scaring you?
Yeah,
I have once. Do tell.
I think that's what happened with that shadow thing. When I turned and chased it, it disappeared. I mean, why would it disappear?
Because there was one time when I was sleeping that I felt something touch me.
Yeah.
On my arm.
Yeah.
And I remember reaching over and I grabbed it.
Ugh.
And then my hand went through. Like I had a hold of it, and then all of a sudden it was like, "Oh crap!" And then my hand wound up just squeezing through. Wow. But I definitely had a hold of it for a second.
Man, that's crazy. See, I mean, I don't know. I think that there's some definite physical properties to these things at times.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it seems like to me.
Mm-hmm.
Black Tower. I love the whole Matthew McConaughey as Sky Daddy.
See,
Yes.
told you found your people.
Yeah.
Come on. Another wild and weirdo has arrived. That's the word.
Arriven. I'm
Arriven.
going to use that next
Hey,
time.
have
we're
you
speaking
arriven?
somewhere? I'm going to say we have arriven here.
We have arriven. I like it. Don't anyone use that. That's ours. We're trademarking that. Just like
Chris says, I guess Sky Daddy is all the rage now. Of course he's all the
of
rage.
course.
He's
What's
always
wrong
been
with
all
you,
the rage.
Chris? Jeez.
I just read about Matthew M. He had a female stalker try to get alimony from him. He put up a restraining order. That's not shocking.
Yeah.
Carrie Newman says, hi, guys. What's
Hey,
up,
Carrie.
Carrie?
Welcome aboard. You got a scary story? Because tonight is the scary story time. We're talking about shadow things and ghosts and apparitions and all the things that go bump in the night.
Oh,
Spooky says, I didn't know you watched these guys too.
That's
We
funny.
have more than 5 viewers, Spooky.
Sometimes it keeps going up every week, and it's wonderful.
Mhm.
The more responses that we get, the better too.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, definitely, you know, respond, ask your questions. Hey, wait, where's Pat?
Pat wasn't here last week until the very end.
Oh, better check
Pat
on
is
Pat.
not here now.
I'm gonna go check on Pat real quick.
Black Tower says, I've been subscribed for a month now, but this is the first time I felt comfortable commenting. I like what I've said around
Awesome.
listening to so far. Well, thank you.
Awesome. Well, this is about how it gets.
Yeah,
I
mean, you're free to comment and share concepts and ideas and anything like
Yep.
that. I mean, you've been at least on the lives for a month at this point now, so you know
Jim
how
may
we
not
do.
read them, and you have to come on live to be able to say it.
Shut up.
Oh my goodness.
Mom's
Julie
watching
Bug,
right
sorry for being late to the party. Hey, it's better late than never, Julie.
Absolutely. Where?
No, it's
Yeah.
always crazy when you see the same people.
Let me see. I enjoy it because this is kind of how you know, our workshops and stuff roll.
Yeah,
too.
it is. It is. Lisa says, I love the open forum. Yeah, and that's the whole point of this show.
That's how it is.
It's-
That's what we want.
We designed it to be this way out the gate, and it really confused some of our longtime listeners who had been just in the
yeah.
audio land only.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is not what I'm used to. This is like, of course, we're live. We actually
This
get
is
to talk to you guys.
strange. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
One big family. Absolutely, we are.
What we do, man. That's literally what we do.
I think it's awesome to share the same friends.
Okay. I sent him out a thing, so we'll see if he pops on there.
Our friends.
Hey,
Ada Cox coming in.
look at those little. I love that. Is a cool super sticker. That is awesome. That's the best super sticker I've seen.
It is.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a very apropos.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
It's joyous.
I know. It's awesome.
Black Terror says, I run my own YouTube channel, but since March, I took some time off creating content, instead just enjoying others. Well, everybody go check out
Yep.
the Black Tower.
Black Tower.
Go and subscribe. Go check out the content.
Sub it.
Comment
Is
away.
that
Don't
good?
be shy. Most of us don't even make intelligent comments.
Tony.
I mean, that's the whole
Tony.
reason I'm on this show, man.
Tony, why don't you roll that dice and choose one of those incredible trivia questions from last night and see how smart these people are? Because I'm going to tell you what, guys.
So Sarah's got her
You
story
are.
up. So it was a young dead dude, 19 or 20, turned to look into the bathroom. I was reading. The guy,
Bedroom.
the movement made me look up. The guy's eyes were like saucers, and he went back into the hall mirror, scared to death.
Oh, wait, he went into the mirror?
Yeah, that's what she says.
He backed into the mirror. So
Yeah.
he saw you and he backed into the mirror. Yeah. So this definitely could have been something like,
Man,
Yeah.
we need to do an episode in the future about mirrors.
yeah.
We could, yeah.
You guys ever
Be like-
seen one of the magic mirrors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like my house .wad.
I mean, like the old magic mirrors, like you
The
know,
silver
the-
ones.
no, the real one's obsidian.
Oh, I thought they were made out of
polished,
silver.
polished obsidian, ancient. I'm talking
I got
about
one.
the real deal. I'm pretty sure that they
Of
were.
course, Adam would have one.
Well, they look, they look like this, except they don't do that anymore. That's
I
all
want to
I'm
get
gonna
one
say about
big
that.
enough to put up in like a dining room.
Right?
Tommy says, I do believe that shadow people / masses can be seen by select people. My brother and I were sitting on the couch with my now wife, and my brother and I both seen the black mass, and she did not.
Yeah. And that's what we're talking about. Either you are tuned into that frequency, or it chooses you to be tuned into that frequency to reveal itself. It's kind of like Bigfoot. I don't think you're ever going to see Bigfoot unless Bigfoot wants you to see Bigfoot. You know, it's kind of that kind of thing.
So as Spooky was agreeing, it said it was definitely a trip going from listening to the podcast a year or so when the lives started.
Right?
Yeah, it's a totally different animal.
When we wanted, okay, so origin story really quick, and then I want you to read Fish Bellies. Origin story really quick. So when we originally wanted to do this, this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We just couldn't do it. We couldn't afford to do it back then. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie to you, because it takes a lot of money to get on the road and hotels and, you know, shows and all that.
Yep.
When we started doing a little better with some of our stuff, it was like the first thing we wanted to do is like, you know what? We've been promising this. We're going to make it happen.
Because we were doing these little crappy Facebook lives every now and then where we would do like updates.
You can actually go watch those. They're hilarious.
They're real gems.
but what's great about those is that the humor is there.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we didn't really have as much of on the podcast. You know, it's like, I just want to have fun. I want to do something that where we just go and have fun with people who want to listen to us and actually enjoy being there. And whether that be 12 people or 1,200, it doesn't matter to me, as long as everybody shows up and is participating. And that's what it is. This is your show. We said that from day one. This is literally your show. You know, you guys fund it, and you're here every time, and you're the ones that provide the content for it. Literally. I mean, we just bring a little bit to the table and you guys run with it. I love it. It's an open script.
Fishbelly says, laying in bed awake one morning, looking away from my door, I heard my door open. Footsteps to my bed, felt like someone sat on the side of my bed, rolled over expecting one of my parents, and no one was there.
Yep, I've had that. I bet a lot of you guys have had that feeling that something sat down on your bed at one point, right? I'll guarantee you have.
Oh, I had someone sit on my chest one night.
Oh, geez.
Oh.
Jeez.
Anyone else here in Western PA want to go out and be brave with Lisa tomorrow? Hey, Lisa, by the way, whatever came of some of that possible Bigfoot activity that your husband was experiencing last week? Did you get any more information on that? Sarah agrees about the mirror thing. Yeah, portal.
Yeah.
Here.
There he is.
One thing I can say for certain, the shadow entities are definitely attracted by negativity, because that was every time I saw one was when I was going through a pretty bad part of my life.
I wouldn't say they all are, Brandon. Not all. I would say that, yeah.
But then again, it comes from a grab bag of different possibilities of what these things are, too.
Right. That's why I said not all.
Yeah.
Know? Because, you know, like I said, that thing that where I was working, you know, that there's not, I mean, it was definitely not a negative place. This wasn't like, you know, the other place we would both work eventually. It wasn't negative. And that thing, it was just scary. You know, it was my first actual running with something that tall. You know, that was different. And of course, that's kind of scary at first.
Black Tower says, I just started really getting into channels that explore the phenomena from different angles instead of fixed perspectives. That is probably one of the healthiest things that anyone can do.
Yep.
Because when you are stuck in an echo chamber, you only hear it from one perspective, and there could be multiple answers to some of these phenomena, because they could be like phenomena, like this shadow entity phenomena. There could be multiple answers to this, because you get a grab bag of accounts. You have different and varying accounts of some being just like peeping toms or watchers to malicious intent, or they're scared in other cases.
You just brought up something unintentionally. Watchers.
Yeah.
In the truest sense of the word.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's possible.
And we had talked about that on season 1, episode 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And who's to say that every account isn't tailored to the individual?
Yeah, it could be.
Exactly. And we know that some of the research on, I'm going to say it, non-human intelligences, because they do seem intelligent, and I'm pretty sure they're not human. They fall into that category. And some of that has said basically that they are precognitively aware of how you are going to react, and they're in complete control of the situation, of the encounter. So yeah, Adam, I think you're right on with that, possibly.
Scott says, responding to Fish Belly, it happened to me in a hotel room. I literally felt the corner of the bed depressed and then fell into paralysis.
Boom. There you go.
Wow.
There you go, right there.
Sarah says the same stuff happened at her mom's growing up with the mirror at the end of the hallway. Probably, I think she's referencing the things going in and out of it.
In and out of it. Have you ever seen any of the glowing mirrors or anything like that, Sarah? Any of you? Not just Sarah, any of you that are listening.
I think I've ever seen that.
Any kind of like a distortion or glow around a mirror?
Tony rolled the dice and said, here's one. The Highgate Square in London is haunted by the ghost of what animal?
All right, guys. Just to do this right, let's not use Google. For real. This is a serious question. I want to see if you guys can get some of these answers that this guy has come up with for these questions. It would be an incredible game, by the way. Like, I would pay to have this game. I'm not kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Trivial Pursuit, but creepy.
It's very creepy and it's very hard. And it's not just creepy. There were multiple categories. There were UAP, aliens, cryptids, ghosts, hauntings. He actually took them apart. And it's amazing. Amazing work. Absolutely amazing work.
Black Tower says, I've been trying to find a paranormal group in my area that could use a sensitive medium so that I can actually test my skills more than what I already do.
See, now that's good.
This is a good venue to do that in, because I know we do have some listeners from Alabama. I don't know what part of Alabama they're, so they might reach out.
Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Littlefoot, Bigfoot, back when mirrors were relatively new, if a servant broke one, it would cost them 7 years' pay.
There's your bad luck, brother. I mean, mirrors are still kind of expensive. Let's be real.
Fish says, I wasn't really scared, just intensely surprised.
That's good.
No, if
Lisa says it was a huge bear, a huge one. They found tracks of mass destruction.
Wow.
Oh.
Bigfoot, Littlefoot, shadow folks will peck on your window and giggle at kids. Don't open the window.
Oh, that's creepy.
That's a terrifying image, Bigfoot. Thanks. I'm going to try to illustrate that.
I've had sleep paralysis numerous times, but I don't remember seeing shadow people when I had my experiences. Like I said, my two shadow people experiences in the conscious world. In the out of body state, yes. Mm-hmm. Until they showed me they weren't shadows. But that was a workup. That's what I'm saying. There's an escalation to these events. So it just makes me wonder how many people have seen these shadow things, and then later they have other things happen to them where they can kind of see it a little bit more clearly. Makes you wonder.
Scott said, somehow I know I didn't want to see it. I don't think I could have turned over if I wanted to.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, I have had that feeling. I've had a feeling where I've been laying on my side and I feel like something's behind me, but I can't move. I've had that feeling when I've been paralyzed.
Pat said, I've never seen a shadow person, but I had a friend who told me he saw one standing at the bottom of the stairs into his basement. He said he ran out of the house. It scared him so bad.
You can see that. Tommy.
Hold on. I'm getting through them. We got a lot here. Julie said, I never had a human ghost experience, but I had a pet ghost experience.
Oh, we talk about that too, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We talk about that tomorrow too.
Bigfoot Littlefoot said that they wanted to say cat to the
question.
Tony's question. Pat says, guess it was haunted by a pigeon. Ada Cox says a werewolf. Tony says, good guess, but no.
I say a pig.
Lisa says the Queen's dog.
I just felt pig. I don't know. Somebody's thinking pig out there.
I'm thinking pig.
So Scott says, I remember hearing that story, but I can't remember what the animal was.
Get Tommy's up before it expires.
They don't expire. They say
they do. Up there at the top, they do.
thank you guys for the show. It's helped me get some answers, and it's great to have a conversation about paranormal phenomena, openly discussing it. It's hard to find people to talk about this stuff.
That's because discourse doesn't exist anymore, Tommy.
That's right.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's a classic one. We might be retiring that one again soon too, Tommy.
Right.
So you might have got.
You might be one of the last ones to get that.
Yeah, this show might have the last version of that.
Fish belly. I live in the city of Moulton.
Moulton.
Moulton how?
Ada, it's a normal animal, but a ghost. How's it a normal animal, but a ghost? Being a ghost makes it a not normal animal, Tony.
It's a normal animal, but
Sarah Ramsey says, not that I can remember. My dad worked nights, but he almost stepped on me when I was 3. He said I was in front of that mirror crying my eyes out like in a train.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. So you were actually in a physical trance. So you were staring into that. Darn it. It wasn't a pig, guys.
It happened to my sister. She ended up yelling out loud late at night while watching my grandfather. She went to peace, and she was now up. My grandfather said, "Did they get you?" Talking about the things pecking on the window.
Wow.
Tommy says chicken.
Man, I was so thinking about pigs. I don't know. Man, I just went back.
Beta says horse. No, not a pig, not a horse.
Not a horse. Not a horse.
Black Tower, I'm an experiencer more than a researcher. I am going to guess.
What, are you going to guess? Or are you going to cheat?
I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess.
All right.
I'm going to say that it's haunted by star jelly.
Oh. It's not haunted by star jelly. Yeah. Any of you two want to?
Oh. Tony said Tommy Swiger got it. It was a chicken ghost.
See?
Oh, wow.
There you go. Did you guys see how hard that was? That was hard. And that's probably like his level 2 or something question. It wasn't even like the hardest one.
And if it's a
Good
chicken
job,
at Highgate,
Tommy.
that must be an old ghost.
Yeah.
Black Tower says I was almost completely possessed once. It was the scariest experience I've ever had. I was grateful I was skilled friends to help me remove it. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying.
That is a very, very good situation to have found yourself in that position for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a chicken.
It was a chicken,
in England.
guys.
Why it being haunted by a chicken? It should not surprise any of us.
Chicken of Antioch.
Was it a headless chicken ghost?
It's a headless chicken ghost. That's good. I like that. It was a peasant chicken, probably.
Could have been the
Royal
headless chicken that was fed with an eyedropper.
Could have been.
That was a tough one. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
By chicken, or they mean Margaret Thatcher?
His stuff is really that hard. I mean, those questions are good.
Now, if you all want Mom to come on, I can have her step on and
Came up
It's up to you.
in my brain.
Okay, I'll just wait on for her to come into the room. She's frail and old, so hang on. Okay, come here, Mom.
Okay.
Hi.
I was expecting it to at least have a little bit of a body.
All right. You win.
He totally wins.
I don't know why, but I was expecting a psycho moment where Adam puts on a wig all of a
Right.
sudden.
That's what I was
Oh,
go
that
off
could've
screen
been-
and come back on wearing a gray mop wig.
Yeah, that could have been good.
Oh,
You missed that one,
I
brother.
don't have a rocking chair for the whole thing, so
Ah.
I just did what I could. I don't have a wig either to put on it, so
Yeah. Well, you did
Maybe
okay. That was good. I think the people enjoyed that. What the? So Pat's sitting there like psychoanalyzing you at this point. Like,
Yeah.
we have to talk
That's-
about Adam.
I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be his, money maker. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's a study.
Tony said my trivia questions are hard unless your name is Theresa,
Yeah,
who
right.
wouldn't even let me finish the question sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, I helped Theresa, well, a little bit. So.
I liked my team. My team was so pointless.
I was going to say you're waiting really, really long and drawn out. This can't be a good word. It's getting ready to come out.
No.
Notice Theresa asked for me first in the divvy ups.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, I was just having fun.
Pat says, I knew Adam was special.
No.
Though, Adam. Those two right there that didn't show up, they failed me because all I would have needed was one.
Mm-hmm.
One would have did it.
No, Joe was off, mashing his potato.
Right. Playing with potatoes.
Peeling taters.
Yeah.
Peeling.
Right.
You seem
whatever,
pretty good
dude.
at it.
It's all good.
Your mom put on the locks, and Brandon was probably playing with his ghost chickens in the backyard that he didn't build the spaceship chicken coop that he should have.
Right. Exactly. It's true, man. It's all true. What can I say?
Failings on multiple levels here.
Failures on multiple levels. But we got second place, but we're just second place losers. So.
Well, I will have I donated my my winnings to my mom, so she's enjoying it.
That's good.
It went to a good home,
That's good. I saw everyone tore into the little alien. They all ate him. So
I brought mom home the crotch.
Piece of the
Thank
Did
you
you?
so much
okay.
for giving me the crotch.
Okay. Yeah, because you got that lower leg section. I saw that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mom got the crotch of the alien.
That's great.
Yeah.
And now people who are tuning in who don't understand anything we just said are completely terrified. So that's what we're talking about. I dissected the ancient alien mummy Rice Krispie treat.
Is that a giant skull Rice Krispie treat?
Oh yeah, it is. I had some. That was the leftovers I had. So I was like, I cut it up.
So
right?
you made a little much, huh?
Well,
that's the leftovers.
No, listen. I was going to make a tray. Like have a tray there of just regulars for people to
gotcha.
who didn't want all the icing and stuff.
Gotcha.
But when I started cutting it started going sideways on me and crap because it was a really different recipe. I made them really gooey, and it started getting all out of whack. And I'm like, these look terrible. So I just put them all back together, and I made a giant skull because that's what one does when their Rice Krispie treats look terrible.
It might as well turn them into art.
Yeah.
Oh, and I donated the rest of my chicken dish to the breedings. So
yeah. It was good chicken too. It was really good chicken. I don't know who made that chili, but that was good too.
That was really good.
That was really good. Mothman would have enjoyed that.
Alien remains.
Yes. Alien remains.
Black Tower says this story just gets worse and worse and worse with the explanation.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
Man, you're
Lisa
catching
Beard.
on. Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Funding this thing into the future.
Funding us. Well, we got one more show on the road.
Yes, to finish out our year. Yeah.
To finish out the year. And then we start all over for next season. But so that really does help because we're not on the road, So yeah, that definitely helps us. We have some really awesome shows coming up, by the way. We can talk a little bit about that. I think now would be okay because when is that? Next week after next, right?
I think so.
November 5th, right?
Yeah.
The recording date. Yeah. And that would put it on. What is the Friday after that? That would be
8th or 9th.
The 10th. No, that's wrong. Yeah. We record on 5/10. Yeah. So Friday's the 10th. So November 10th, you're going to want to definitely tune in to the podcast. We have a very special guest that'll be joining us. And for you folks who want more aliens, you're going to want to tune in. Wouldn't you say that's right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that's right.
Yeah.
if I think I know who it is, then yeah, definitely want to tune in.
It's going to be who you think it is, and it's going to be a really good episode. And everybody, seriously, I'm not kidding. You need to invite as many people as you can to this one, especially if they've had some kind of experiences with like screen images or things like that. We're seeing John Owls, maybe, possibly John Owls, or owls in general.
Yeah,
this is going to be great. He does a great presentation.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be a really fun episode to record.
Yep. So if all goes well, that'll be happening. And as of right now, everything's going good.
No.
Oh Lord, no. Lord, no. Maybe you didn't find your people.
Oh man. Yeah, Black Tower brings up a good point. This Saturday is an eclipse and a full moon.
That's right, it is.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing a catering during all that madness.
Oh yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
You know the energy that's going to be out there. No, actually, you're not.
The energy I'm not going to have at the
well,
end
that's
of
what
the
I'm going to tell you. You know, you guys, and you can correct me if I'm wrong about this, Black Tower, but eclipse energy is typically.
Oh, it's apocalypse energy. That's what it is, Ron.
Apocalypse energy.
Yeah, it's another one of those end of days things.
Oh, it's a blood moon. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna miss the rapture this Saturday.
Man, again, I missed the last.
Be ready.
Well,
I'm not going.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to be here. Don't worry.
I had to. But yeah, that's chaotic energy basically. So you do kind of want to be careful. I'm not joking around that. You can use it. You can balance with it, but don't just be careful with that.
Mike A, what's going on?
Mike.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm just
So we got us
I'm ready to get this weekend over with.
We got us a new one. That's Mike A, right? That's a new person.
Oh yeah, Mike A is new.
Right?
Yeah.
Mike, welcome. Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? What have you seen? Tell us. Everybody wants to know. We're all one big happy family here.
But yeah, it's 250 people. And it's just
there you go. See, there you go. What Black Tower said. You pop that up there.
Tony says chaotic energy is my jam. Yeah, that's normally where I like to reside. I do my best work in the chaotic energy, but
well, it's really good for writing songs. I can tell you that.
Dr. Ian Malcolm's obsession with chaos theory.
Yeah, there you go. But energy affects the internal self, mood, thinking, interactions, etc. That's why there's a lot of issues with relationships around those periods of time.
Mike A is Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, welcome. You guys got some ghost stories down that way.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's some real ghost stories down that way. Yeah, it's ghost stories. You had some I believe there was a lot of sacred ground there at one time, if I remember correctly.
But yeah, it's just, man, next week's going to be good. We're returning back to a normal schedule for our regularly scripted podcast. We have Pat made a good point here up above that you really want to tune in to all the scheduled podcasts, because we, especially just here in the upcoming weeks, we've got some really, really, really jam-packed episodes for you guys coming up.
So do you want to hint at some of them that we know they're going to absolutely 100% happen?
Oh yeah. One is one that everybody has been asking us to do for literally 2.5 years now. And that is the Nephilim.
All right. I want to hear thumbs up or your boos, whatever you guys think.
So
we're going to finally tackle this subject. It's taken that long.
You got her. Everybody knows, I think, where we're going to be bringing this information in from a very logical perspective. From a
Reverend Carter will also be joining us for that.
Yeah, we're bringing it from a biblical perspective. We're bringing it in from an ancient astronaut theorist perspective. Because you're going to have Reverend Carter, you're going to have technically, I guess, Reverend Joe as well, and we're going to be disseminating the facts from fiction.
You're going to be putting your collars on for this one.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna hear Joe hack and holler.
No, I quit
No.
that. No, that was never my style, man. Like even though I was in the Pentecostal family, I was never that kind of preacher.
Hey, we got a UFO sighting there from Mike A. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what's already hit here.
That's
He said
awesome.
that the only strange thing I've seen is 3 cougar sighting in my backyard and a UFO sighting over my house in 2017. So with those 3 cougar, were they like all the same size, or was it like a mom and two offspring, maybe like yearlings or something? Because they'll stay with the mom for up to like 18 months. I'm a naturalist as well, by the way, Mike. I don't just randomly know this crap.
Well, it's both.
Sometimes I randomly just know crap. But.
Yeah, we all do randomly for no reason.
Tony says Nephil when it's that one is actually going to be coming up towards it's the end of November, beginning of December. I think is when we have that lined up.
I think it's November. Actually, it's November.
Yeah,
because Reverend Carter
during Thanksgiving break, I believe, right?
Yeah, because Reverend Carter is going to be coming on for a Christmas special as well. And boy, you don't want to miss that one.
I think we're going to break some hearts with that episode.
I don't think so.
Not Christmas episode, no.
No.
The Nephilim episode, I think we are.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't care.
Pat says, what about nepotism? Black Tower says, I saw a large Black Panther 22 years ago here in northern Alabama. But yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a great lineup of shows because, like you said, we're having him back for the Christmas special as well. He's going to be with the holiday extravaganza.
He has definitely found himself a home here at Wild and Weird. He enjoys it, he loves it, and he's just an all around good guy. And it's great to have somebody with the backgrounds the man has. He's not just, you know, a reverend. He is an experiencer. He has had these experiences. He has actually met with these non-human intelligences on multiple occasions. They've actually healed him. And it's just an amazing, you know, amazing asset to have on the team, so to speak.
Yeah. Plus the fact that he appears on Ancient Aliens never hurts the rating.
It doesn't hurt a thing. No. Doesn't hurt a thing.
Yeah, it's always great having him on. He's such a good dude.
He is a good guy.
Really is.
He's
Just a great guy. Black Tower says, me and my brother warned the local Fish and Wildlife, but the guy said there aren't any or any panthers in Alabama. Well, sightings dictate otherwise. I saw a black panther while hunting in eastern Kentucky, says Scott. Lisa Beard heading off. Great talking with everyone. Hope to catch most of tomorrow's episode.
You better catch tomorrow's episode.
You got to catch it all. Just press pause and play when you want.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. It's not a live. It's a live premiere, but you can watch it whenever, you know, after it premieres. So, and you do want to watch it. It's really good. It's very informative.
Well, good night, Lisa. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Pat says, I love Reverend Carter. He's great. I'd love to meet him at some point. You're going to get to. We're working on that.
Working on it.
First sighting was the two youngsters side by side at night. Couldn't see them that well, but just the eye shine and screams. And then the second 2 sightings in broad daylight, definitely a cougar, definitely not full grown. 24 inches at the shoulder, very thin. Oh yeah. You're well, 24 inches at the shoulder. I mean, you're still dealing with a large animal at that point. That's a juvenile subadult at least, but they'll stay together like for a long time. They'll the siblings will at least stay together forever. Like not forever, but they'll stay together for a long time in a realm of like animal relationships. My dad seen a mountain lion or cougar in the middle of his yard last year. Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of these cougars that are coming in from out west in some of these areas where the cougar population was decimated, the eastern cougar, where those populations were completely decimated. You've got a open habitat, you know, you've got open niche in the forest that needs filled and will be filled by something. And the perfect thing to fill it is a relative, if not the same creature, you know.
Angie's here.
Yep. I saw her just come in there.
Angie popped in. So, It's a good time. Let's reveal one of the new things that folks are going to be able to see soon. Would you guys like to see something that you're going to be able to see soon? Just let me know and I'll cue it up. If not, you can just sit here. It's all good.
I can bring my mom back on.
No, it's if you're all real good, we might play a little Ask Ovilus later.
I'm gonna start calling you Adam Geen.
I mean, it seems like the right time. It's the last,
I can have mom eat a pepperoni roll
of the year. Yeah.
Right. Edicock says there are Panthers here in West Virginia. Yes, there are.
Yes, please. There's a yes, please right there.
Pat says always. Ada says yes.
I guess so then. Well,
Black
so
Tower
first,
says yes.
All right. So first, let's show you this because this is really cool. If you look down in your left-hand screen here, right? You see the little logo there, the Flatwoods Monster.
Golden seal.
Our golden seal. You see that? That is the Wild and Weird seal. And it's been that way for a long time. It has a little ribbon there. It actually says Monstrum Semper's something. It's monsters are always free. Either way, it needed an update.
Passes, I want to ask Aurednik. We need to go to the deep end and we can play that.
Yeah, you have to do that there. So it needed an update, and I finally got around to doing that. And here is our new seal with a brand new Flatwoods monster there. Mothman's been updated slightly, new alien completely, and a new Bigfoot off to the side there. And yeah, there you go.
That looks fantastic.
You can see her there. Thank you. So that's going to be our new seal.
I need that on a shirt.
There's a new UFO there too. You can see that. Yeah, that'll be on the next run of shirts. This will be the official one that we'll use from this point.
On a hat too.
That would be cool in a hat. Maybe if you're a hat man.
I think we need a cape.
A cape? Oh, that'd be good.
I wonder how many Hat Man sightings are actually people of me wearing my hat whenever I'm out at the dark.
That's a good point.
Because I wear that style hat a lot.
It could be, I mean, it's very possible. And then we have the other art print. There's actually a couple of art prints that'll be coming up. This, if you have one of our originals, you know that is one of our art prints it's one of the best sellers actually. So you're going to catch this in a brand new art print without the seal. It'll be the one that you have, but there'll be some other cool stuff in the background. And then you're going to have one. I'm pretty happy about this one because I've wanted one of these for a very long time. And what really inspired this, Joseph, is the incident about 3 weeks ago. That's kind of what inspired this, just because I was like, well, I mean, if they're out there making noise, they're just standing there. I don't think they're just standing there because, there's a projection to that sound, right?
Yeah.
At least I think there's a projection to the sound. So artistic.
Holy crap.
Holy crap indeed. Well, you better go and this is for Rhonda by Rice Krispies. Oh, man. Sarah. Sky thing too. Let's get the full. See, you're blessed. That's awesome. And
thank you, Sarah.
If you ever make it to any of our workshops, I'll try to make another one of those Rice Krispie things for you guys. That way everybody can partake.
Watching you hack it was the best thing.
Man, that was hard. You guys don't understand. It took 3 hours to make that thing.
Really?
To make the alien?
Yeah. It took 3 hours to make that alien because, first of all, you got to cook the stuff, right? Then you let that settle, do its little thing. After you finally start hacking him up and blocking him out with Rice Krispies, Then you got to go over it with modeling chocolate just to get it just right. My modeling chocolate was not at the right temperature, so I had to go over it multiple times. I had to go get sculpting tools and go in there and do a little bit of this and that, you know. And then after that dries, you use what did I use? What was it, Adam? Cinnamon bun? Yeah, cinnamon bun.
Yeah, put cinnamon bun icing.
Ginger snaps.
Yeah. And then I crunched up ginger snaps and yellow wafers. And that made the dust. The remains are in the refrigerator. I think it's half the head. Yep. But it all just went together so good. I mean, the flavor was really, it was good.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. So yeah, it was about 3 hours to make that thing. And then sitting there having to cut it up, it was just like, oh, this hurts. and then I'm like, well, are they watching me? Man, they might not like this. They may not.
The longest I ever spent was on a Moana cake, and I had to make 375 leaves.
No thanks.
And place them all strategically, and then make the lei all out of sculpting chocolate.
Yeah, do you have it at the right temperature? I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. I had it. I was keeping it in a warmer to keep it at the temperature too, so I could just get it on demand. But yeah, and the whole time I'm sitting there spending this time on, I'm like, you know, somebody's just gonna like destroy this in T-minus 2 hours.
Right. It's a weird feeling, right? Because it's like I'm making this thing, and I was like, man, I can make this look exactly like this thing. Yeah. I mean, I could have made it look exactly like that thing. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not
like the ones that I never minded working on was the melon carvings and stuff.
I love
because nobody touched those.
Yeah,
you know, those were up there just for display. Nobody to eat them because you've already holed out all the melons. They're all everywhere else. You're just carving up the rind essentially. And so nobody ever messed with those. I never minded spending a lot of time on those whenever I was actually like a real production chef back in the day, because I knew like at the end of the day, the worst thing was going to happen is like people would take pictures of them. They're going to be remembered forever and then throw them away. But at least they're sitting on the table for like 6 or 8 hours. You know, it wasn't like some of the stuff that you would carve up, like what you did with that Rice Krispie treat, where it looks amazing and immaculate, and then you put it on the table, and within minutes it's destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird feeling.
Going with a knife, it looked like a murder scene.
Well, I did cut its head off first.
Yeah,
I was trying to be nice
properly. You did it right.
And then we dissected the head straight down the center.
I was one of the first people that Ron gave me head to.
Oh God, man, this is a live show. What's wrong with you?
I know.
Anyway,
it's innuendo at this point.
It is right. But no, it was very good though. It was really good.
Eddie Cox says, sounds like good food for the next workshop. So speaking of the next workshop, we have figured out how we're going to make this work for you guys, by the way. And we are going to have, there's going to be a little bit of driving involved.
There has to be. Thank me for this.
And you can thank Ron for this, because in my head, I'm just thinking like, well, whatever. We'll just go in one of the bunkers if the weather gets funky, or if we have to do X, Y, and Z, we'll just go into a bunker. No worries. But he brought up another point about like, you know, we are going to be out like all day in this spot, and then we got to cook and do stuff. And there's nowhere to cook out there unless you portable everything. You got to bring it all portable. And I was like, yeah. So we're going to be renting a shelter over in the wildlife management area, where they have the shelters and some grills out. We're going to do the class there, and then the practical work is going to go into the TNT area.
Yeah, it's going to be fun though.
Yeah.
So all day you'll be hanging out, learning some cool little tactics and techniques that you can use, and then we'll go out at dusk, and we'll hang out there near we'll
probably do it a little bit before dusk. We'll probably go over there. That way we can spend.
We have to.
I'd say we do like, you know, half and half practicum and then half actually like doing the thing.
Yeah, we have to get over there before the sun sets, because
there are no lights over there.
There's no lights. We'll have some lights, but there are no lights. So just you know, and there's water. Yeah, there's a lot of hazards there, so we have to be very careful. It'll all be structured.
Yeah, it'll
So,
all be nice and organized.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. You'll definitely enjoy
But
it.
the thing we were trying to avoid, we're gonna have, which is just a little bit of driving. It's like 3 or 4 miles. It's not much.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of parking along the side of the road to get out, and because there's a few parking areas, we're just gonna have to stagger it out a little bit. So
But
it will all work nice and smoothly once we
Yeah.
get the date nailed down and actually are on premise.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Pat says, "Win, win, win! I need to know we're going to make this happen early spring."
Yeah, that's what we're trying to shoot for, early spring. Okay, so here I'm going to show you the exclusive print that was made that I was hinting up to here. This is not available now. Don't just hang on.
We're going to lose it here in just a second.
It'll be available very soon. It'll be
available now.
After CryptidCon.
I got some guys that will be available at CryptidCon. Here's another one of these guys.
Those are cool.
Oh,
so
cute.
Those will be painted and finished out soon.
Yeah, they're cool.
But you'll be able to pick those. They're original sculptures, and they're gonna have arms and all that.
I love them.
Yeah, they're cool. They're really cool.
Spooky says it's going to be muggy, not in early spring. It's going to be kind of crisp.
It'll feel good.
Yeah.
It'll feel kind of like it does in the fall. Pretty
Yeah.
much. It's going to be the same kind of thing. We should have about the same visibility. It's going to be really good. And we want to beat the snakes. So, that's our goal.
Yeah.
So, here we go. That is Call of the Wild Man. It is a new print that will be hitting at CryptidCon. It's going to be a really cool piece, and that should go into production here very, very soon. And just like all of our prints, it's a $10 print, so that's what you're going to be looking at. So it'll definitely be up there on the wall with the rest of them. I don't know how many to get at this point, obviously, but we'll have a few. We'll have a few there, and you'll have your chance to grab one. But I was very happy how this turned out. No, that is not AI art. Don't mistake.
Yeah, this is very different than AI art. This is actually Ron sat down and did all that.
No, yeah, this is the difference between AI and CG. I'm a CG artist, and that's also incorporates painting involved. So there's a crap ton of painting involved in this thing. So yeah, there you go. That's going to be our new print for the end of this year. You'll be able to catch that at CryptidCon or after CryptidCon. If there's any left over, we'll let you know. That way you can you can order one or whatnot.
That's gorgeous.
What's that, bud?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Thank you. I liked how the background and the lighting turned out.
Oh yeah,
that was some doing. That was some real doing. And there's really good texture here too. You just can't see it because it's far away, but you can get on close with that. So it's gonna be really cool. You'll enjoy it. It's a really cool piece. Great for you Bigfooters out there.
Yeah, everybody will like that one at CryptidCon, especially. They're gonna love it.
CryptidCon, OEC, it's gonna have it'll definitely have its place there.
Yep. Because we've sold out of the other Bigfoot one.
Yeah, I think so.
Ron got the CG art skills. Yep, he's been doing it forever.
Well, thanks to Pat who helped build the Mega Machine over here. I mean, it's definitely different now. I'll just say that, to be able to see these things in my head and easily, start modeling them out, working on them, and then texturing and actually be able to render it. By the way, that was a very long render just to get the base image on that thing. And I think it was like 12 hours base image on that.
Wow.
Because there's so many hairs. And then I had to go in and actually paint real hair off that. So. Oh, check that out. BigfootLittlefoot.
BigfootLittlefoot said, I've seen an extra large prehistoric looking blackbird with a roughly 20-foot wings. Oh, crap.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When was that, bud?
That's interesting because I wonder if those things are just like time warps. I don't think that they're still around today.
It's hard
I
to
wonder if it could be something like either like a time warp or a time loop. Like that thing that shows up on occasion.
I mean, there's multiple possibilities on that too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, same things, the shadow things.
Right.
Mike A likes the foggy woods in the background.
There's some shadow people back there, Mike, for sure. You know, I was going to put something back there. I didn't. I mean, I didn't yet. You never know. It's kind of like Bethesda. I promise you this is what it's going to look like. And then you'll get some.
Pat says, oh, wow. I wish I knew how people knew how long the render would have taken on your old machine. The old machine, it would have exploded.
It wouldn't have rendered. It would have just shut down. It would have been like, nope.
Yeah. No, realistically, it would have rendered to like 80% and then shut down.
Yeah, that's exactly what it would have did.
And that 80% would have probably took days.
We used to do that I would do that with just producing the podcast there for a while.
Yeah.
I get up like 90% and it would just
crash.
Yeah. I lost. Yeah. Had to start off. I
had to get a lot of that. Had to drain that thing of memory and take all that stuff off so we could had no processing power to pull it.
Yeah, we had to. Yeah, we squeezed it out, but we got it working now, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Everything's good here. But yeah, guys. So there's some really cool stuff coming up there, and that's going to be pretty much the end of our year as far as it goes. But we're going to be out here. Don't worry, because
we're still going to be here. We're still going to be doing this stuff. We just don't have any more events, so we're actually going to be entering in our what we call the off season,
which isn't off at all.
No, it just is us going into production mode to get stuff ready for the next year.
And it gives me time to actually edit some of the investigations. I still have to get the library that has to be done, and we've got several other ones that
we got a lot of Bigfoot content.
So there's some stuff out there that needs to be worked on. Wineberry Part 2, is coming up. So yeah, we've got several projects that are coming up, and I cannot wait for Wineberry Part 2. I suggest everybody who hasn't watched the first one go watch it. And Part 2 is actually going to be longer than Part 1, so it's going to be a good episode. Nice. A really good episode.
Break it into 2 parts.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes the 2-parters work. Sometimes it's just like they want it all at once, you know.
Yeah. Scott says, hope it works out that I can make it to CryptidCon. Too much work. Yeah, he's up here working in our neck of the wood, kinda. He's Moundsville is like 3 hours north, but still he's in West Virginia working. And
you're watching for them mound ghosts.
Yeah. Pat says hibernation phase activate. I wish. Hey, Ashley's here. What's up?
Where have you been?
Hey, Ash.
Ashley had some incredible news today. For the people who didn't see it, she is getting ready to work her butt off and produce even more content, which is going to be amazing. So, that's a huge commitment, and that's absolutely awesome.
She's starting a whole podcast network.
Pat says I need an early screening of the Wanberry video. Yeah, you'll probably get one. You're gonna have to come over for holiday dinner, Pat.
Give you some clips.
Yeah.
Let you see how she's gonna look. But there's some never before seen stuff on it. I can promise you that.
Oh.
Took my kiddo to see the new Five Nights at Freddy movie. I saw that, and you were saying that the kid was you thought the kid was excited, but you've been waiting for it forever. How was it? Was it any good? She says, I'm insane. I've got a problem. Don't walk in my footsteps in regard to all the other stuff she's got going
on. We understand.
Yeah, we try our best. You know, we talked occasionally about like, oh, we need to slow down on this. We need to cut back in this. We need to make adjustments here. And what do? We just add more to the pile.
We've actually cut. We've this year, I think we focused more.
This year we were successful in doing it, but every year up to that, it was.
No, there's a lot of ADD on there.
Yeah, ADD. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
A lot
of it. But we've managed to keep focused, a good little laser focus this year, and the projects have fallen right where they should.
Tommy Swiger says, let's go to the Moundville Penitentiary. I'm 45 minutes away. The woman wants to go spend the night there.
There you go.
Guys, just so y'all know, I'm not really tired and I'm not falling asleep on you
You're
guys.
ready to get a headache, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got a migraine brewing. I can guarantee it. I don't feel bad right now, but it's coming.
This is how it starts. Anyone, go back and watch some of the episodes and you'll catch him doing that. And I promise you, the next day, he is miserable.
Yeah.
So usually the more he yawns, the worse it's going to be too. So
it's been a lot. Like
it's not going to be good.
Yippee.
Yeah, it ain't going to be good.
So Fish Valley says West Virginia mountain goats, Greenland Gap once had a population of them. Then
Boone County did when we were kids.
Ashley Hill said it's all right. She loved it. It's a hard as a hardcore fan, I didn't like some of the things, but I'd watch the sequel. Spooky said I'm getting tired and falling asleep. Yeah. I don't blame you there, man. You start your day early.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
How?
And staying. If I were you, I'd already be in bed at this hour. But I know you got the kids you're wrangling too.
I'm usually working until like midnight or so. But I tell you what, since we have just a few shows, well, one show left now. I have been actually cutting back a little bit on stuff, and get the stress.
It's the stress, right? Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yep. And been trying to relax a little bit more, and I think it makes me more productive. Honestly, clears your brain a little, so you're not jumping around so much.
Yeah.
And it matters. It really matters. Oh,
I came down and knocked out a couple more of those little guys for those mini sculptures that we're going to put on the table for CryptidCon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just trying to get that done on top of like popping out minis and everything else. It's a lot.
Yep, it is. It really is. And the same way with when you're trying to produce art like that, because you're like, you don't want to rush it. It's there's a certain thing about rushed art as compared to really good art, I think. But then again, I think about some of the art I've sold at Mothman, and those were really rushed, like the night before rushed.
Yeah.
And people liked them, so maybe rushing's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, everything I do is rushed. I don't get to take my time on hardly anything. The only thing that I take my time on are the big, large-scale sculptures where I'll take like weeks doing them, but it's like broke up in hours. What was that?
I hit the wrong button. It's okay.
Oh,
pay no mind to that.
But Black Tower says my morning war mantra is F pain, F arthritis, and F getting old. Yes. Mine is along the lines of like the depression persists, and so do I.
Okay, trying to get my volume right here.
Oh, he's bringing out the.
Okay, there we go.
I know what he's got.
No, we're gonna do the obelisk thing if people want to do it. I gotta find it first though. So for you new folks who are,
Pat says Ron's been playing God and chilling out. He has been. He's over there playing deist. And
deism,
like
man. I love deism. There's so many interesting ways. Like, I don't know if you guys have got to see that or even played it. Deism's a great little game. It's a great little stress reliever, right? Because you create the world. You get to do all these little things. You create your little humans and give them, science or more religion, whatever you want. But the idea is to keep them peaceful. That's hard. And there's a good balance. If you get the right balance, you're good. Kind of like real life. But then you get these little heretics that show up and they start messing up stuff. And they flat out don't believe in you. They'll tell you they don't believe in you either. That's a mistake sometimes.
that's when you smite them.
That's when you smite them. Exactly. So what I tend to do with them is I'll put them on the moon sometimes. And then they'll fall off the moon and die. But other times I will put them in the top of trees. And if you put them in trees, they can't move. So wherever you set them, as long as it's on the ground, they just stand there and they're doing this in the air. But what's weird, I found out about the game, and I don't know if this is supposed to happen or not. I haven't heard anyone talking about it, but on 2 occasions now. I put them in a tree. They were there for 50 years, I think it was, something like that. And they converted. They converted. They became priests. So I grabbed them and put them back on the ground, and they stayed priests. But this only happened twice, and I think it's a cool addition to the game. But I didn't know that happened.
If I punish you for 50 years, you then
They
swear allegiance.
They did. And I'm like, is this supposed to happen? Or are they developing this, are they becoming sentient in the game now? And then you start feeling bad about putting those little guys on the moon,
For 50 years.
Yeah. Well, no, he dies instantly pretty much. There's no air up there. But,
When Lane was in 8th grade, their school trip was to Trans-Allegheny. He said, no thanks. Others went and he couldn't sleep in their beds for a month.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's fun. I did get the new Ghostbuster game today. It released this morning. Just
nice.
FYI. That was good. Yeah.
Have you
Rise
played
of the
it yet?
Ghost Lord. Yeah, I played the first few parts of it. Rise of the Ghost Lord's the name of it. And man, they could have did an incredible Flatwoods monster. That's all I'm going to say about that. No spoilers, but they could have did an incredible Flatwoods monster. I'm trying to find the obelisk. You guys who don't know what's happening here, we're going to play a little thing called
Ron's going to summon demons.
Ask Obelisk. And
I'm already on the show.
It's right.
Oh, yeah. And so's Mom.
It's already worked. Yeah. And what that is, basically, it's a little app that you can get through digital dowsing. We're not sponsors of digital dowsing in any way or shape or form, but we could be. It's an app, and it lets you ask questions, and then it, of course, generates,
Black Tower says, guys, I really enjoyed hanging out and shooting it, but I got to go. I wish you should a great night and an even better tomorrow. Thank you, Dark Tower. Same to you.
Yep.
Same to
We're getting
Black
ready to head
Tower.
out too, brother. You have a good one, and we'll see you next
See you next Thursday.
Yep.
We're expecting you now.
Where is it at? Obelisk. Yep, there it is. So what we're going to do is a little game called Obelisk. You lucky folks, one of you, whoever asked the question first is the person that gets the question asked. And we're going to let the Obelisk answer your questions because it sees all. It knows all. It is artificial intelligence, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Obelisk on.
Oh, you're loud.
It's on.
I thought I had the volume. It's already started. Wheat. So I don't know what that means.
Okay, we'll make bread and drink more beer. It's okay.
Apparently so. Okay.
Okay, good. I've got a question. Can't wait. Ashley, let her rip.
Oh, no. It said what?
It said come.
Cannot.
100.
Be John.
It's about time for that.
Spooky says, ask when I'll get monetized. Clearly, 100 years from now.
100 years from now. It's already answered. Knit? Man, it's weird stuff.
Knit means no in Russian.
Measure.
Clearly, something went wrong. We have had a catastrophic failure.
That hurt.
Yeah, it called you a geek. So, yep, Ashley.
Weed.
Ashley wants to know what is star jelly.
What is star jelly?
Yeah, and it literally just said wheat when she posted that. So apparently, it's
spring.
It's wheat spring.
Object.
It's an object.
Strange.
Good
Lord.
Lord.
Is strange.
It's a strange object.
Where did the Earth's moon come from?
Hey, that's a good one.
Telepathy.
Someone thought it up, apparently.
Well, that's different.
Joe broke his foot so he doesn't have to cater this weekend. I wish that was the case. I would have to cater this weekend if I dislocated both my shoulders. I'm the only one capable of pulling this thing off. And
it doesn't even know. No one knows, Ashley.
My dogs are staring out the window, freaking out. Bigfoot may be there. Obelisk, is Bigfoot outside the window?
Yourself.
Oh, it's you.
You're
They're
having
seeing
Bacon.
Bacon. There's the pig. There's the pig I was thinking about. I was seeing the future.
Or it just told him to go turn himself into human bacon.
I don't think it did that, Joe. I don't think in any way that I could even hear that as an interpretation. So that headache's coming fast. Anybody else got a question out there? Don't be shy. Step right up to the plate. Ask your question to the all-knowing.
How's this eclipse going to go?
Okay. That's good. Yeah.
Will I be raptured? No.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Radio silence. Okay.
Yeah, radio silence. On that
That's
one,
weird.
guys. Right? That's how it does. It just like
The
takes
dogs
off.
want bacon.
The dogs want bacon.
The dog saw him with bacon in the reflection.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Ask it if the Peru mummies were real.
Well, you guys are just asking it too many things. Of course they're real. We ate one.
Does the eclipse open a gateway to another world?
Remove.
Remove. Well, Pat, you're fired.
Bye, Pat.
Or it's threatening him.
Remove. That's a new one. I haven't heard that yet.
I'm gonna put him on the moon.
Yeah.
Put him in a tree for 50 years.
In a tree for
Fear.
50 years.
Oh man, I just got the craziest sense of deja vu just now.
Fear. Was fear involved? Because the office just said fear.
That's
It's
the-
still
we're
in
going to the
deja vu
fear
land. Like
back
I
in
have
the-
lived this moment before. I think I might have died a little bit ago and respawned.
Ah.
Scott Holbrook
Holbrook.
coming in.
the fear is
Oh, that's hilarious. You're still here. Yeah. So you're
She
familiar
saw
with
me
this
just
little
smash
ritual.
my foot too. Oh,
That's great. That's great.
yay, Scott. Thank you.
Yep. So this is another one of those things that's become a little thing, a life of its own, apparently. Yep, keeping it free. That's right. And you guys, I mean, that's wonderful. These guys who have stepped up and done this is great. But you don't have to do that. All you have to do is just to make sure that you just hit that share button. Just
Yeah.
like it and share
it's
it.
not a
and
requirement from anybody.
Get
You
it
know,
out
we do
there.
appreciate it.
Yep. Absolutely appreciate it. And it keeps the lights on, so to
It
speak.
does. It funds what we're doing. It funds the show and it funds all the editing software, all of the streaming software, everything. Replacement hardware.
Where does Mothman live? This is a good one. I'll go with that. Obelisk, where does Mothman live? Speak. Speak. Speak now. Anyone? Yeah, maybe it just needs. Maybe it needs some kind of.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of the earth, Ovilus?
Let's pull out the magic skull. Yeah, sometimes it works better with the magic skull. Let's see if that works. All right. You losers don't have skulls.
Hold on, give me a second.
There should be a little one laying there. No.
Am I the only one who doesn't have a skull? Like,
Brandon, you're a loser.
I feel like the odd one out now.
You should. Everyone get your skulls out, actually. Hey, there you go. It works. Yeah, that works. So anyway. Yeah. No.
Prayer.
Okay.
And this is where this cult begins.
Have a cat skull. Oh Lord.
Well,
This is just unbelievable. See, you found your people. What can we say? That's how it works right there. How many people have random skulls?
Are you pulling that poor thing's teeth at him?
Doing,
I was
dude.
putting it back in. I was putting Ron's teeth back in.
Oh, okay.
One came out.
Oh, I see that. Is that a real skull?
Candy dish.
Ah, okay.
No, it's one of those.
Anatomical.
It's one of the ones like the anatomy skulls they use for educational purposes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a whole skeleton. Like I said, I couldn't get the whole skeleton.
I was going to say, I was waiting for the whole skeleton when he did that. I'm like, and he brings this the skull.
Ashley says, I have a human rib. I'm very proud of it.
Ashley, that's awesome.
I have a friend with several skulls.
Threat.
Threat? Threat.
It was my skull.
I don't know.
My skull made the threat.
Probably.
Ack.
It's probably that. So, folks, I want to know Halloween plans. What do you guys got? You got parties you're going to? What's going on out there?
I think Ashley's starting a party.
Oh, yeah?
Ashley says, I'm throwing a party. I do every year. Tommy Swiger asks, where's the last crystal skull?
Oh, Tommy. We can't tell you that.
Angie says, we're going to a witch's ball.
Oh, really?
Ashley Hill asked, did you get the rib from Adam? Oh, that's so punny. It's super punny. And we have Adam on the show.
Pun. That was punny. You guys kill me sometimes.
You need to try harder with that. Mom's disappointed.
I did.
Agent.
That's the Men in Black. So he's talking about Tony.
Could be, yeah.
So Pat says, I'm going to Ron's house for trick or treat. I may take the kiddos out to get candy, but not sure yet. I'm taking mine out. Mine is going as an imposter among us. And and Mogwai.
I think you're sus.
That's what he'll tell you too. Dressing up as Bigfoot and running through the streets in Melbourne, embarrassing my kids.
Oh, I didn't read Bigfoot at first. I read dressing up as boyfriend. Sorry about that, Tommy.
Where'd Ron go? Did Ron get taken?
I think Ron got taken.
I think he's on the top of a tree now.
Huh.
He's on the moon with Mothman.
Maybe the Ovilus took him to another dimension. What? Well,
no,
he
Ron's
got taken
better
like in the
all
movie
time.
Taken. That is it's an interesting guest we have here now.
I am a human.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Ron looks like without makeup.
Shoes.
It's what Ron looks like without makeup or shoes on. The shoes are the key.
Yeah.
The MIB finally got him. Yep, they took his flesh suit away.
We all got our sunglasses on from They Live.
Well, at least Ron and Joe have the same haircut now.
Right? Clearly a human. Totally looks exactly like a human.
We cut up Ron's son the other day. That's why he was so sad about cutting it up and eating it
That's
yesterday.
I am a human. It's exactly what something that's human would say, right? I mean, I know I tell my wife that all the time. Don K always thought Ron was a little too intelligent.
He's a little too into aliens, you know what I'm saying?
Mike A says the infrastructure has definitely been better in the past. I'm voting Mothman 2024. Yes, 100%. I'm not saying Ron is an alien, but
Aliens.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. It's like his signal just there we go. Now you're getting it. You're getting into character there.
Aliens.
That was good, man.
The truth is here.
That was good. You know, you brought up the They Live thing. Just to let you know, got me
Leather.
got me one of the coolest figures I think they've ever made.
That is
See that?
awesome.
What is
You
that
see it
one?
or not? You can't see it. It's,
Oh, you got the one the NECA.
Yep, there it is.
From
NECA,
They
yeah,
Live.
Piper.
yeah, it's Roddy. Yeah. Oh, I had it for a second. There he is. Check that out. Isn't that-
Very
that-
cool. Very cool.
I mean, he looks cool.
I want to get the aliens.
Yeah, I found them for a fairly decent price, so I'm gonna see if I can actually get those just to go with it. But yeah, that was one of my finds. A couple. Well, I think it was last week actually. I found that. I was over at Target and they had that. I was like, oh, I gotta get this, just
No, he,
because it's
he-
perfect.
He actually ad-libbed some of the best lines from that
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The
exactly.
bubblegum line was one of them.
It was one of them. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Just a classic. If you haven't watched They Live, I suggest you all watch that.
Yep.
Oh man. That mask gets very hot. Unbelievably hot. So anyways, folks, I think we are approaching our magical hour when we must say adieu to Spooktacular season 4
Yep.
live finale. But you can catch one more episode tomorrow night, the pre-recorded episode. And like I said, it's going to be on shadow beings and whatnot. You're going to really like that because it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a really fun episode, and it's also a very informative episode. Like you'll be able to reference that episode when people bring
Yeah.
this up and tell people, "Oh, look, literally, you can reference the episode." There's some very good stuff in there that is not really known by a lot of people.
Night,
Mike,
Mike.
thank you for
Night.
coming, and remember, next week, same time, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, guys, it's been awesome hanging out with each and every one of you all again this week.
Highlight
It's
of the
always
week.
the highlight of our week, and is just it's a good time. And we love having you guys with us. And again, one last reminder that the show is brought to you by Adam Good, Theresa of Theresa's Haunted History of the Tri-State, Dewey Edwards, Spooky Appalachia, Larry Hose, Guitarchains Craig, Travis Aurednik, Geoffrey Steele, Russ Bailey, Chris Coots, Ada Cox, Nancy White, Scott Holbrook, BigfootLittlefoot, Tommy Swiger, and Terri Summerfield, and I'm going back almost there, Sarah Ramsey.
Sarah Ramsey. All
Sarah
right,
Ramsey is now added to
let
the
me-
fold.
can we
Thank
put
you,
that on
Sarah,
there?
for joining us. Thank you, everybody else, for joining us. Thank you to all of our super chatters who donated tonight. You guys are great.
We have this.
And it's just in time because we literally got the bill for the production rates. And
about
it's
that?
time to pay them. So you guys are what keep this thing going and keep us
There we
from having
go.
to dig in and take a bite out of our own
It's up now,
backside to
so we're
make it
good.
happen. So thank you guys so much. Remember, if you want to report a sighting, you can head over to Wild and Weird WV and .com. Click the report a sighting tab. You can tell us all about the shadow beings that you've seen, or UFOs or Bigfoot or whatever. Just hit that report a sighting tab, then fill out the questionnaire, and we'll contact you through the email shortly after that. If you would like to join us for Wild and Weird Radio, there's also an application over on the website, but you can just email us at wildandweirdwv@gmail.com, and we will take a look at what you want to come on the show for, and we'll bring you in on the live. It's great times. We love having each and every one of you guys here. Anything else from you guys?
I don't think. I think we're good pretty much. I think we've covered everything we can. Everybody have a safe and happy Halloween out there, trick or treat, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. Just go out and have fun. And it is the chance that you can still, relive your youth a little bit. Go out there and have some fun with some kids, give them some candy, go out and trick or treat yourself, or who cares? I mean, if you come to my house, I'll give you candy if I have candy, I don't care how old you are. I know there's people who get hung up on that. Like they get angry if
you
teenagers.
Come to the door here and I'm here.
I don't care.
Candy.
Yeah, I don't care. I actually had, we don't get very many trick-or-treaters. And one year we did have a couple who did show up, and boy, they scored. Let's just say they scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have definitely scored. So yeah, I mean, like I said, go have fun. That's what it's all about. Make sure that you're back here next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, and definitely listen tomorrow. Watch tomorrow, not just listen, but tune in tomorrow, same place, for the 8 p.m. Premiere of the Shadow Beings and whatever I called it. I don't remember the name of it.
Ashley wants to know if that's a year-round candy offer.
I don't typically have candy, but the next time I know you're at an event, I'll bring you some candy. Yes. And if not, you'll get one of those little trinkets that that everybody's getting. So,
well, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Adam, thanks for hopping on the show with us. It's always fun having you join in and with Mother. And we will catch you all next week, 8 p.m. Thursday. We love every single one of you guys. And remember, this week, if you see a shadow being, it might just be Ron. Remote viewing.
Could be. He's right.
Stay wild and weird.
I mean, really, you're not wrong about that.